Hatshepsut. Ma'itkara. She is one of the few women who ascended the throne of Egypt and managed the reins of power with such competence that history immortalizes her memory to this day. One of the most famous queens in history, and the fifth pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, she ruled from 1503 BC until 1482 BC. She can be distinguished by her false beard. The word Hatshepsut means the peak of feminine nobility. She is the eldest daughter of Pharaoh Thutmose I and Queen Ahmose. Her era was characterized by stability, security, and peace both domestically and internationally, under the watchful eye of a strong army. Her reign was also marked by construction and the advancement of arts and trade. Hatshepsut represented the role of male pharaohs, so she abandoned the titles of queens, adopted the titles of kings, and wore their attire at official ceremonies. Egypt's policy during her reign turned towards the African continent, so she sent a commercial expedition to the land of Punt, present-day Somalia. That expedition was consisting of several sailing ships that crossed the Red Sea until they reached Punt, where they were received by its ruler and prominent men. The news of that expedition was depicted on the walls of the Queen's Temple at Deir el-Bahari. The walls of Deir el-Bahari also depict the story of a mission sent by Hatshepsut to the granite quarries at Aswan to bring back massive stones for the construction of two great obelisks at the Karnak Temple in Luxor. One of which still stands today, reaching a height of about 30 meters. It also depicted the legend of her divine birth. One of her most important achievements is her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari. Her temple is one of the rarest and most important funerary temples or memorial temples on the western bank of Luxor. It is a unique architectural masterpiece, designed by the chief architect and high priest Senmut in the form of terraces to harmonize with the surrounding environment, resulting in 3 levels or terraces. On the walls of the second floor, she recorded the story of her divine birth, which asserts that she is the daughter of the god Amun-Ra. Since women were not allowed to rule in Egypt, Hatshepsut claimed this story to govern Egypt for 20 years after the death of her husband, King Thutmose II, and to sideline the rightful heir, King Thutmose III, her husband's son, who was still young at the time of his father's death. Thutmose left his position as one of the junior priests in the temple of Amun-Ra to enter the royal palace of the pharaohs. At that time, Hatshepsut was 34 years old. From the very first day, competition and bitterness prevailed between them. It wasn't long before Hatshepsut gathered supporters around her and formed a party in her favor. This party quickly gained influence and became strong enough that the pharaoh, who lacked sufficient experience, became completely incapable of ruling the country and was forced to vacate the throne for Hatshepsut. Finally, Hatshepsut was declared in 1478 BC as the Queen of Upper and Lower Egypt, and she ruled Egypt and its foreign possessions alone as pharaoh. As for the third and final floor, it was called the Courtyard of Celebrations, and its walls depicted scenes of the celebrations of the beautiful Valley Festival. This floor was reserved exclusively for the queen and the high priest. After the death of Queen Hatshepsut, her temple and the artifacts she left behind were subjected to obliteration and destruction by her successors, especially King Thutmose III, her husband's son, who erased her name from the temple walls. The mummy of Hatshepsut has been verified, and the signs of her death are indications of a natural death, with the cause being attributed to cancer or diabetes. Tomb of Hatshepsut is located in the Valley of the Kings and is designated by the number KV20, which are located directly above the slopes from its funerary temple. Please follow us. Wonder Luxor Tours. www.wonderluxortours.com